having a look at this HIYA Toys Monsterverse figure. This is the Godzilla versus Kong version of Godzilla, and it's the Exquisite Basic uh, figure. It's pretty cool. The reason why I got this one is I like his chunky frame on this one, and I think he looks pretty good. You know, nothing against some of the other versions. There's some really cool ones, but this one I got for pretty good price too. I think this was like 57 bucks and then shipping. And so, you know, and it's a pretty big size figure. It's about 7 inches tall and about 11 inches long. So, and it's pretty articulated. This is the updated version, the 2024 version of this. And so it's in this kind of Kmarty looking box, and I'm not super impressed by the box, but it is what it is. It's a pretty huge box and it's pretty hefty. But like I said, it's just the Kmarty looking box. Here's the SKU if it helps anybody. And so here he is right out of the box, and he's pretty cool. Not much paint on this guy, but he looks pretty good. I like him. And for a Godzilla, it's got not as much articulation quite as we're used to in a lot of other figures, but it's still got quite a few movable joints, all the typical movable joints. And this one has the updated segmented head up here, and it does have a movable tongue on the inside, which is cool. And the jaw is updated too, where there's no pins. You can't see the pins on the side, so it's all nice and hidden looking. And yeah, he's pretty cool. I like this guy. He's a chunky boy, which is kind of like he doesn't have the puppy dog face like the 1950s looking one does, and some of the other ones. And he doesn't have the stuff like the translucent scales on the back, or he doesn't really, it doesn't come with anything like little miniature tanks or planes or anything like that, or buildings, which would be cool to have. But that's why he's the basic line. It's just the figure, but it's still really cool. So he's got the movable jaw. The head can articulate down. I want to say, let's see, like, ooh, that much. Can articulate up that much, down that much. But the neck is segmented. It does turn and move. So it does. You can get some different positions out of it. It's got ball jointed arms up here, so these move and you can put them all the way up and around. My copy is really tight. It just came out of the box and I didn't heat this guy up or anything. But it's got arms that go up to, I want to say, about only 45 degrees. But if you turn them, it looks more closer to 90. But yeah, and then he's got wrists that turn, kind of hinge in and out. So that's kind of nice. You can put those however you want. But no extra hands, no flame effects, no miniatures. It's just him, but it's still cool. I like it. And the chest is updated too, so the patterning on the chest is a little different. Lots of details on this guy. I mean, check out the scaling. It's pretty nice. The ribbing on the back. It's got a joint here where you can kind of move it. I've seen some on some people's with it, they really get it to separate, but mine's pretty tight and it just has a little bit of rotation. On the legs can move forwards and back. Not back so much, but they kind of go out a little bit too. A little bit. Not much. Legs bent back just a bit. Yeah, I want to say that's about it before it crashes out. Feet do have a little bit of rocker on them. Just a little bit. But they do turn a little bit here, I think, at the bottom. Just a little bit. My copy, like I said, it's really tight. Maybe I, should have heated this up with a hair dryer. But yeah. But the legs do move. You can get them up like this. Those legs kick up this like that far. Back. Ooh, probably about like that. Shoulders can go out like that far. And they can kind of go in a bit, which is nice. And you can kind of make him look like he's grabbing something. This one's really tight on this side. Needs to be kind of worked in a little bit more. But yeah, and there you can turn the joints at the elbows. So yeah, it's okay. Not too bad. What's cool about this is this segmented tail. Every two ribs on this is another segment. So this tail has a ton of segmenting Just, I mean, literally every two, you can see it. Every couple nubs on this, it's got another segment. So it's a totally bendy tail. Still, even with that though, it only goes up, let's see, I want to say about, well, that far, like so. But let's put him up here. Let's see. Stand on the laptop up here real quick. So, yeah, he does a pretty good standing position. You know, it'd be cool if we could get him like this, where he leans forward and tilt his head back more, and then have him like, blasting flames out. That would be cool. But he'd have to work at it and probably position him somehow. Maybe put some kind of little stand underneath him. But yeah, I know the tail's kind of cool, and it kind of turns. You can see, stretches out. Like I said, he's about 11 inches. I want to say about 11, 12 inches tall. I mean long, and about 7 inches high. And he's a hefty beast, though. He weighs quite a bit. So yeah, pretty cool though. For a basic Godzilla, I like this one. I like the shape of this one. And it wasn't real expensive. I got a pretty good deal on it, so I'm happy. And it feels substantial as well. It does feel hefty. It doesn't feel cheesy or cheap. So, HIYA Toys makes pretty good figures. I really like their little Predator figures. They're pretty nice. Have several of those. So he's going in the collection, the HIYA Toys collection, for sure. And, it's kind of cool. You can see into his mouth. Let's see here. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, look at him. Yeah. You can see his eyes in there. Yep. They're in there. His mouth, he's got the segmented tongue back here. The movable tongue. I can't hardly get my finger in there, but you can put the tongue up and down and the jaw closes. Yeah. Look at him. No puppy dog face on this guy. He's kind of like grumpy Godzilla. Yeah. Yep. Still, he's pretty cool. I dig him. Yep. Well, I guess that's about it for Godzilla. If you like this review, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I really do appreciate it. And so does Godzilla. Yes, he does. All right, guys. Well, thanks again for watching us, and we will catch you on the next episode. In the meantime, be well. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye for now.